and that mediocre is not going to cut it in guest service scores. It takes a lot to impress a guest, especially this day and age with all the competition, all the elite loyalty gifts and perks and amenities that different brands and corporations give out. You may not be able to offer those same advantages that other properties do offer. So you must get creative in in everything that you do. You must get really creative in everything that you do. And there's a constant, every day is a reiteration of reminding the team, the associates, on what game we're playing, the impressive guest service game, the mindfulness to every guest interaction, the goal, what the number goal is for our customer service scores, how we're going to get more responses. Right, and you can of course correlate this to if you're doing an incentive for name mentions. Every time they get their name mentioned on a survey, they get an incentive or a gift card. You can remind them of this stuff. Guys, remember, we got that incentive going. Every time you get your name mentioned, you get X. These are examples of how you're going to get your name mentioned. I'm telling them that. You know, when you do the guest callback, check-in callback, the welcome callback. Hey, Mr. Jones, it's Andrew at the front desk. Just wondering how the room is, if I can do anything for you. All right, great. Well, I hope you have a wonderful stay. I'm down here if you need anything. Enjoy, Mr. Jones. Reminding them that these things are going to help to get their name mentioned, going to help them make money, going to help them get better scores, going to help the guests feel more welcomed and special and important, and it all correlates. So, but back to the point about the mediocre aspect of it, it's not enough just to be solid. I can't stress this enough. The difference between, and this is an example that I give hotels, the difference between an average front desk agent and a really good one, here's an example of it. Average front desk agent, right? If the guest forgets their key, if they lose their key, they come up to the front desk. Oh, I lost my key. I need a new key. Can you help me? Right? So, of course, the front desk agent's going to ask for ID and proceed with making the key and stuff like that. That is mostly average of what someone will do. If you go to most hotels, I would say the majority percentage would be doing the minimum at that. Right? They may be busy. They may just be robotic and going through the motions. In their head, they're thinking, I got to make a key. Okay, I'm going to check ID. Okay, I got to make the key. Key's over here. I got a room number, right? But the really good front desk agent will simply say, oh, sorry that you lost it. No worries. I'll help you out. I'll be happy to help you out. May I just see ID real quick? Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Mr. Jones. Here you go. I'm going to make the key for you. Is it just one key or would you like two? Okay, great. And how's everything going so far? I'm making the key. How's everything going so far? You enjoying the resort so far? Right? Waiting for them to respond. Right? You're making the key, hand them the key. Here you go, Mr. Jones. Glad you're having a wonderful stay. If you need anything, my name is Andrew. Again, I'll be glad to help you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Or engaging in the fact of, so you doing anything fun today, Mr. Jones? May I make any recommendations on things to do in the area? What are you looking to do? Any of these things, these engagements, as you're making the mundane task, so look at them with the eyes, smile, right? Everything matters. And every moment, every opportunity that you interact with the guest is exactly that. It's an opportunity to impress the guest, which is the only way to get great scores if they're impressed when they leave. All right. So I don't want to go into different platforms and different management and big corporations on how they do their scores because it's not fair. But I will say that the goal is to get perfect scores on your surveys. And you're not going to get a perfect score by the example that I laid out of the average front desk agent. And there's many more examples of that. if you don't have enthusiasm, you probably won't get good scores. If you're not smiling, you might not get you won't get good scores if you're not smiling. You might get some because the guest is just having a good time. But the guest perception at the end of the interaction should be, oh, that was nice of him or her. That was nice of, I appreciate that. They made that easy for me. This is great. I like this hotel. These are some of the nature thoughts that are necessary for the guests to have in their minds during their experience. So when they go home, they feel compelled to fill out a survey because they're thinking, man, that was a really great experience. They were so nice to me. They took great care of me, right? But everyone's got to do their job. Everyone needs to, as we said before, build their pipeline of 10s and be mindful in the approach to each interaction to strive for the perception from that particular guest to be as it needs to be, which is what we talked about, all right? Every guest needs to be impressed with each interaction. Now, an important thought to all that is, obviously in hotels and businesses, there's challenges, there's unfair expectations, there's problems, and you do your best to solve those problems and dance out of that and take care of the guest as best as possible, right? In offering a can-do attitude and in offering what you can do, giving off that aura of, hey, we're going to help you. I'm happy to help you. Here, let me see what I can do. Let me see what we can do. We're going to try to help you. I'm going to try to help you. Giving off that aura to the guest will allow you to have a fighting chance in any problem or situation that you have. It's not always easy to dance out of problems in customer service and to offer the guests the solution or give them the solution if it's not what they want, right? But you offer your best possible solution and in what you can do for them with your available options, right? So you might not have a 4-bedroom suite for a guest that, let's say they booked a 4-bedroom suite. You don't have it because the room flooded in 2 of the rooms, right? Carpet's soaking wet. Can't sell it. When you tell a guest that booked that suite for his whole family that you don't have it, it's tough. But what can you do? All right? You don't want to tell a guest, sorry, we don't have it. Do you want to stay at another hotel? That's not the way to win. It's not the way to do business. You need to think to yourself, this guest booked this room. I don't have this room. What can I do? Right? Can you do 2 rooms that are adjoining that one has 2 rooms in it, one has 1 room in it? At least you give them 3 rooms. It's the best you can do. And you only charge them for the 2-room one. So you tell the guest, look, sorry, Mr. Jones, we had a flood. It was a freak thing. I apologize. I wish it didn't happen. I know you're here with your family. I know it's your first time here in the resort. I hate to deliver the bad news of this, but I do have a good solution. I'm hopeful that it works out for you. Let me run it by you, if I may. We have a room that it's a 2-room suite. We also have a nice king-size room. It's a corner room. And the rooms connect. I only charge you for 1. So you were going to pay $4,000 for the 4-bedroom suite. This room is only $595. The other room was $395. We're not going to charge you for that. So we understand, the situation and stuff. Will that be suitable? I can send up any other bedding, any rollaways. There is a sofa bed in there. Does that work? Can that help you? Right? Offer that so the guest at least solidly feels good about it. Then later on during the stay or at the end of that interaction, then you can really put the icing on the cake with having the opportunity to really turn the interaction around into an extreme positive, right? And you can use it at any time. You got to read the situation. You can say, hey, Mr. Jones, again, by the way, sorry again. I'm glad we were able to figure out a solution. I do feel bad, so I'd like to do something nice for your family. I I know you're here with your kids. Can I send them up some chocolate cake, or some snacks, or a kid's snack plate? Can I send them most? I'd be happy to send you and your wife something nice. Do you like wine and cheese? Would you like a snack? I'd like to do something for you. I feel bad. We want you to have a wonderful, sensational stay, and I don't want this experience to be soured based upon the unfortunate situation. I'm glad we were able to turn it into a positive. Can I send you up something? These little efforts, or big efforts, whatever you want to call them, these touches will bridge the gap between the guest feeling solidly taken care of and the guest feeling like, wow, these are great people. They really turned it around. And I think that, from my experience, guests will forgive you, even if you don't have the goods. And I mean the goods in terms of what they booked and what they expect. If you can't deliver the goods because you don't have it, it's tough. But what can you do, right? So whatever interaction you're in, you must try to win that interaction. All right, so with that being said, remind your associates, hey guys, it's not always easy to win all the interactions, but it's our goal, right? And then at the pre-shift, tell them what's going on, guys. It's Friday night. Everyone's trying to check in early. It's Las Vegas. Everyone wants to get in with their family. They want to go to the casinos. They want to enjoy their Las Vegas trip. The rooms might not be ready early today. Some of the suites might not be ready on time at check-in time because we had some challenges with some water damage, whatever the case may be. Informing them and then letting them know how we're still gonna, as a strategic plan, win those interactions. And it's very simple. You tell them, what's gonna happen, and you coach them on the best way to handle it. And it could oftentimes be just teaching them how to preemptively strike what may come their way. Which an example I always like to give is a big group's coming to check in early. They're coming from another country. They want to check in now. We're sold out last night. We're sold out tonight. It's 12 p.m. Their 12-hour time difference. They're tired. They want to get in the room. They want to relax a little bit before the reception at 5 p.m. And they don't want to hang out in the lobby and look at you all day, right? That's just the reality of the situation. And you remind the team that, hey guys, this is a hotel. Obviously, we have different situations every single day. Here's the situation what we're in today. Here's how we're going to win here's how we're going to win all these interactions. And then you lay out the bullet points. Guys, this group's here for 5 nights. We have an opportunity for 400 guests that are going to be here for 5 nights. We have an opportunity to really improve our survey scores. But we got to get off to a good start. Just because the rooms aren't ready at 12 o'clock and the expectation that the guests have, whether it's fair or not, to get in the room at 12 o'clock, doesn't matter. So we're not even going to focus on that, if it's fair or not. What we're going to focus on is we're going to preemptively strike and let them know how we're taking care of them and the situation. So you would teach them the verbiage and what to say. All right, here's what we're going to say, guys, in the initial part of the interaction. Great. So, Mr. Johnson, it's nice to have you. We're excited for your group coming in. I know you're here for 5 nights. That's a long time. So it's a pleasure to be of service. We're glad to take care of you. We're glad to take care of your group. We've got a lot of exciting things planned for your group. I got the whole agenda laid out for you. Here's a pamphlet on it. I'll explain a couple tidbits of information. We have the welcome reception right over here. But really nothing's going on besides checking in at the welcome reception until 5 p.m. So you have the, pretty much a free day. There's a lot to do in the area. Now, we're going to do our very best to try to get you checked in before the standard 4 p.m. check-in time. We were sold out last night, and we are sold out today. We have over 400 guests from your group. So we're doing our very best to get you checked in early. We'll do all the check-in process right now. I have your phone number and email address. As soon as the room is ready, I'll contact you and we'll get you checked in. In the meantime, we'll knock out the check-in right now. All the paperwork, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll be able to hold all your luggage here. In the meantime, like I said, the welcome reception is here with complimentary coffee, bagels, and danishes. And we have all of our amenities in our facilities. It'll be our pleasure. I'll give you a key to let you use in your waiting. We have a fitness center. We have 5 pools over here. We have stuff for the kids over here. We have an arcade room for the kids. There's hiking in the area. And, we have the Wi-Fi in the lobby. There's several restaurants on the resort. Here's a resort map. Were you looking to do anything in the area, or were you just trying to relax on the resort? And then you pick up what the guest is going to do. And then you go that way. If they're looking to check out something in the area with their kids, then you let them know that, okay, great, that's perfect. Then what we'll do is we'll hold all your luggage here. It'll be safe for you. If you'd like, I can place it in your room as soon as the room is ready when you're out doing the horseback riding or whatever that you're getting into. And as soon as you come back, all you have to do is show ID, and we'll give you your room keys. Simple as that. But if you don't do this, all chaos will happen. Trust me on that. Chaos will happen, and it could be just minor chaos. It could just be a guess if you don't preemptively strike the proper way of informing the guests and managing expectations. If you don't inform them that we're sold out in that manner that I just laid out, but as you're being helpful, so you inform them of the check-in time, that we're sold out, but as you're helping them, very important, in unison. If you're not in unison with them, with those notions, then they could possibly be, what do you mean check-in time is not until 3 o'clock? I was checking early. You don't want them to go that route. As long as they feel at ease that you're taking care of them, that you're doing your best they actively work on it for them, and you've offered can-do attitude and what we have available for them to do right now, right? So you've put them at ease with a lot of these things, and then you reiterate. But like I said, Mr. Johnson, we're going to do our best to get you checked in early. Can't promise anything because the sold out situation, but I have put the wheels in motion with housekeeping to try to get the room ready early, and I do have your contact details if that room does become available before that. All right, very important. What you say you will do in terms of the luggage, or calling the guests or emailing the guests, you must do. What you say you will do, you must do. All right, so whatever way you're organized with that in the midst of 400 check-ins for a group, right? The easiest way, depending upon your PMS system, outside of the PMS system, if there's not an easy way to track pending rooms, is just to create an Excel sheet, print it out, have it at the front desk, and everyone that's in queue, go through the list. Number 1 in queue, number 40 in queue, and then all across, guest phone number, guest email address, called guest, emailed guest, any comments. Guest will pick up the keys after he does his horseback riding, right? Then you cross it out, right? So you've known there's a closing of the loop for each and every guest, and there's not a guest coming back at 4 o'clock or even later and saying, what happened? No one called me, right? But the back to the chaotic part that could happen is pretty much simple as your associates can get frazzled, the guests can get enraged, and it can get away from you quickly, especially if it's with a group and they start to talk and they say, and there's confusion. Oh, I don't know why I'm still waiting. Check-in time, I always check in early, and then they say that to another guest in their group, and then they say nothing else, and then the group leader comes up to the desk and says, What's going on? Why is all my group attendees upset? Because obviously what can happen is very simple. If a front desk agent does not preemptively strike in terms of letting the guests know and managing expectations, hey, we're sold out last night, but we're going to try to get you checked in. We brought extra housekeepers in. We're doing our very best. We were sold out last night, so it's tough. But I'll get the wheels in motion right now with housekeeping. We'll try to get you in early. We'll knock all the paperwork out. If they don't handle it that way, and they handle it in a way in terms of, well, check-in time is at 4 o'clock, then the guest may jump in and say, what do you mean? The room is always ready before. We have 400 rooms. How could the rooms not be ready? What are you guys doing? What do you mean? Trust me, it can go that route. And if it's someone that's enraged, causing a scene in the lobby, you don't want that for your other guests in the line or the other group, right? Because it's just bad PR. Doesn't help you. Doesn't help the associate. The associate, cumulatively, may take these experiences on to their next guests that are waiting, or the next several guests. They could shut down. They could become frazzled. So you must protect and prepare the associate based upon whatever information that you have, and coach the team and ensure that the perception of those 400 guests is positive, despite the guests still needing to wait 4 hours for check-in time, or 3 hours, whatever it is. All right? So, and remind the associates at the front desk to have fun. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun with this. You gotta be in good spirits. Obviously, if you are, then you have a chance. But if a guest sees you and your body language and you're not smiling, you're not going to win anything. Same thing in sales, right? A guest knows if you a client knows if you've lost your attitude, if your attitude is negative. And if you're trying to sell them something, they're probably not going to take it, right? Because you don't have the spirit, the enthusiasm, right? You're not genuine. You're sulking, and they don't want to be a part of that. So, it's a similar thing in the hotel business. It's the guest experience. You need to make it a positive, a memorable experience, and they need to perceive that experience at the desk in that interaction as, okay, the room wasn't ready, but I got all these things to do. The guy or gal's nice. I've done the paperwork, the check-in procedure. They'll call me or email me as soon as the room is ready. Got a few hours to kill. Maybe I'll get something to eat, check out the pools, use the Wi-Fi, right? And they're generally going to have that perception unless they're on edge or a desperate need to get in the room. They're generally going to be at peace if you've handled it the right way. But every day is about coaching the associates and being flexible to whatever situation's coming your way, in the hotel or resort. So taking all the information from the meetings that you have with the sales coordination team, with the other management, with whatever groups and meeting planners that come into your hotel that are planning a meeting or seminar or whatever important information, communicate to the team so fundamentally they can be prepared to win those interactions. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking the video, commenting. I appreciate it. Read all the comments. And if you'd like to have me come out to your hotel, or if you're interested in video conference call coaching, send me an email, AndrewFreyTravel@gmail.com. And if I'm in the region, we can make that happen. But the video conference call coaching, we can see where we can get that in or the timetable for that. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And thank you again.